Hi, I'm John Gravatt at BOMAG Americas. I'm the Product Marketing Manager for Asphalt Compaction. Today I'd like to introduce you to the control panels on our heavy tandem rollers. Let's start off with the water spray system. Right here, you'll see the interval system for our water spray. The higher the number, the more spray you're going to get. This is the pump control that determines which pump you're going to use. You can use pump 1 or pump 2. It's good to use varying pumps throughout time so you get an equal amount of wear on each one. This switch controls the maximum speed for your propulsion. It'll set a speed limit for how fast this will go at max speed. This switch is for engine speed. You have minimum, which would be low idle, eco mode, which is automatic throttle, or maximum, which will raise it to the maximum engine speed. This switch controls what the two yellow buttons behind the joystick lever control. In its current position, that'll allow me to toggle what's on the display. If I switch it to the left, that'll allow those yellow buttons to control the crab walk on the machine. Now let's talk about the vibration system. This switch controls my high amplitude, low amplitude, or high frequency, low frequency setting. To the left, it's high frequency, low amplitude, denoted by the little squigglies. In the middle, vibration would be off. To the right would be high amplitude and low frequency. The next switch down controls which drum I'm using. To the left would indicate that I'm using the front drum. I know that because there's an arrow here pointing to the front of the machine. In the middle position, I'm using both drums, front and rear. And to the right, I'm using tango, or oscillation only mode. Next is the vibration mode selector. To the left, I have manual mode, which is indicated by hand. And to the right would be automatic, which allows the machine to automatically engage vibration once it's reached a certain speed. Next is seat heating option, and then we have a turn signal indicator. Last on this control panel would be the DPF or regeneration button. If a standstill regeneration is required, it will be illuminated and you can press that button. Now let's look at the joystick. I have several buttons on the front of my joystick as well as on the rear. Let's walk through the front first. At the top is my vibration control, that's this red button. The next two would control my edge cutter. If I had an edge cutter on this machine, the top green button would raise that edge cutter, the bottom green button would lower that. My orange button is my horn, and the blue button controls the water spray system. That will turn the water spray on or off. There are also 4 buttons on the back of my joystick, 2 yellow and 2 blue. If my switch on the control panel is set to display mode, the 2 yellow buttons will allow me to toggle between various screens on the display. If that same switch is set to crab walk, it'll allow me to adjust the crab walk or the rear frame relative to the front frame. All of this information is also spelled out on the dash. Lastly, let's talk about the switches at the top of the ROPS. The switch to the far left is my parking light in the middle position, or marker lights if you will, and then headlights. That'll also turn on the brake lights in the rear. This switch would be hazard lights. The next switch over would be rear headlights. So when you're backing up, you get a good visibility of what's in the road and from the rear. This switch is drum edge lighting. So if you were to turn that on and your machine is equipped with edge lighting, you'd illuminate all of your edges. And lastly, this is the work lights at the top of the ROPS. To use this, I need to have the switch on the far left in the light mode in order to engage my work lights. I hope you found this introduction to the control panels and switch layouts helpful. If you have any questions, Don't forget to refer to your operator's manual. There's plenty of great information there, or reach out to your local BOMAG dealer.